Well, right now we're not live here, but we are live on YouTube live at the very current time.
You live. I just got your, I have your, I have the mics on mute and I have your picture.
Thank you, sir.
So when you're ready, you can count it down.
TV?
No, that, because we're running it through YouTube, the RTMP don't go through that anymore. I gotta work with it so I figure out something for you.
Okay.
While you doing it, what you could do,
On YouTube?
yeah, cause it's streaming on YouTube now. I can give you my cell phone, and she
Okay.
gonna navigate through the pictures, or she can.
She can watch it that way?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay,
give her my
awesome.
cell phone, cause it's on YouTube now.
Okay. When you give the orientation, then we can go from there.
Yeah.
The orientation.
You didn't have to see that you want to.
I don't know whose flower bag that is.
Ronnie's not mine.
Is that your flower bag?
Oh, flower bag. I thought he said flower by egg. I'm like, I don't know what
This has about a 20-second delay. So the photos is gonna come up on that as I show them. I'm gonna listen to how you're describing whatever photos you want to see. Matter of fact, I gotta send them first. Give me a second. But I'm gonna give you back this once I send them to where I gotta send them to. So give me 1 second.
All right.
Because typically you will be able to see it on the TV, but they got a whole new setup right now. So.
So you want me to talk about the pictures when I see it?
Right.
As they come up,
Okay.
as we go through the questions.
Robert, in the meantime,
Yes.
you and Anika ready so I can go ahead and get y'all going, or y'all need a second?
You need a second. I have to wait till you
Okay.
get that so you can give it to Robert. It's no problem. Just sit up, okay? Have to sit up like a young lady.
All the way up here.
All right,
Just like
awesome.
that. And stay just like that. I don't want to slouching over. None of
I
that.
got the midget seat.
Is it there?
No. I'm confident.
Turn around.
Very.
Turn around. I wish I had put.
Jump rope video?
Yeah, that's one of the videos, yes.
I put my hands on it 3
That's just one
times.
video.
That's why I should have done. What? I put my hand on your t-shirt, because I took.
3 times.
I did.
3
They should have told
times.
me. They should have told me. They should have told me. I said, why do I need another t-shirt?
Because
Mr. Young didn't say he didn't wanted you to participate. If that
But
was
now
that
you
was
are. But you good? Unicorn Academy.
I know, right? I want to say BC, but
girl
your
power.
jacket.
Yeah.
Ooh, 16 photos. Jesus.
And that's, it was more than that.
No, don't do that. I don't want the girl power. Unicorn Academy, no.
But there is an article that you sent me. It was called Black Girl Magic or some Black Magic Girl. Or something like that. Will you be able to expound on that at some point?
Oh, absolutely. That was,
Could I take off the jacket?
now let me talk. That, now don't touch that. That article in the Washington Post was a catalyst to us going to Russia.
What?
They saw that in the paper.
Wow. That's what it's all about.
Where
Okay.
the lady from the embassy saw it in the paper. And you saw she had her own little group.
Oh, the jumpers over there.
Oh my gosh. No, she was in the band.
Oh, yes.
And she toured the world, trust me. Now, please take your hands down from me so you won't touch this. I can't say that again, because the next time you're going to go sit with, God knows my baby.
You want to switch places?
Look, she say yes, she say no.
So yes, Anika, may I have you read the bio, and I will do the. It's only 2 announcements. Anika, let's tear out.
No problem. I hear you, not a problem.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. All right, we can get started.
All right.
Oh, we're good in the orientation.
Oh yeah. This is your camera here. So whenever you're talking to the audience, you want to talk from this camera here. You never want to look at that camera there. You can look at his camera, but it's going to look a little crazy with you standing off in the space. But that's his camera. So that's his camera there for him to talk. This is your camera for you both to talk here. Okay?
Okay, now, so you want to talk to that camera.
Yep. So 3, 2, 1.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is It Needs to Be Heard with Mr. Robert Eugene Young with my co-host, Miss.
Onika Terrell, now
Now,
that you heard it,
what will you do? As you can see, Miss Onika Terrell is in New York, but we thank you for joining us today on March the 17th, 2019. And the name of the show today is called A Leap of Faith with the DC Retro Jumpers. And later on, we're going to introduce you to them and to her and or the organization so that we can use this show today to show how awesome and magnificent the DC Retro Jumpers are, what they have done, what they will do, and moving forward in the future. As you would know, you can always call in at 240-455-5934. That's 240-455-5934. And we would like to just do a quick reflections on last week. Our guest was Your DC, which is a DC planning and business development organization where it helps businesses reconnect with the community. Our guest was Mr. Alberto Soto and Ms. Courtney Simone, who are they're newly engaged, right?
yes.
They're newly engaged. Awesome. And they can be reached at 202-494-5474 and also on their website at www.yourdc. That's yourdc.org. And also what was really amazing about them, outside of them reconnecting businesses with the community and business company development, Mr. Soto has a mentoring program called Only Kings, which helps a young man to reconnect with themselves, understanding themselves, and being productive in the community. And also, his fiancee, Ms. Courtney Simone, has a traveling company called Adventures in Black, which is geared towards African Americans traveling the world. And she can also be contacted at Courtney, that's COURTNEY, at yourdc.org. They were a fantastic couple. They really had a very unique niche about connecting the community back to businesses. For we know that businesses, we are their consumers, but they are to reinvest back into our communities like many businesses have been in the past. Ms. Terrell, did you have any comments about our guest from last week?
Definitely, yes. They were very inspirational because not only did they just have an event planning, they used it as a community liaison for their community, and it created a very social network for businesses and the community to thrive and to connect. I thought that was amazing what they did. When they showed the example of how your business can influence and affect the community by saying you had a hairdressing, a hair salon. Not only can you go to the local school in that community, but you can train young people to not only do hair, but you can also train them in order to be entrepreneurs as well, to give them other options with their talents and gifts. So that was very, very inspirational and encouraging. Also, the other business of the Black People Travel with Ms. Courtney Simone, she is giving people an opportunity to see places outside their normal sphere of life, and it's one of those encouraging things, that you too can explore the world, no matter where you are, what your background is, and where you come from. So I really enjoyed that as well.
Awesome and amazing. I'm still psyched about working with them moving forward, even with them as far as brand development. They were really amazing. Also, as always, we'd like to thank Dr. Baruch and eLife Media Studios with this opportunity. If you're interested in having your own show here at some point or another, feel free to call eLife Media Group at two numbers. The first number is 301-324-6900. That's 301-324-6900. Or you can contact Chris Murray at 301-549-8216. That's 301-549-8216. And just quickly to our announcements so we can get right to the DC Retro Jumpers. The Peacock House is a network of commercial and meeting space for entrepreneurs to operate and sell their products for either for 1 day, short term, or long term. For information, please contact Dr. Chi at 240-413-9481. That number again is 240-413-9481. They also provide business coaching, entrepreneur sessions, pitch meetings for adults and for children. For we know that not just adults have inventions or innovations, children do too. So, having said that, that's also where I hold my Zumba class as well on Mondays at 7:30 at 5608 St. Barnabas Road, Oxon Hill, Maryland, 20745. That's 5608 St. Barnabas Road, Oxon Hill, Maryland, 20745. And secondly, as you know, we have many endeavors here at It Needs to Be Heard, because we know that there are many businesses and many individuals that really need an additional platform to be able to be marketed internationally. And as you know, we've had guests not just from America, but also from South America. So we plan to be very broad. And for those who would like to support It Needs to Be Heard and send monetary expressions of affection, you can send them to GoFundMe.com/It Needs to Be Heard, or with PayPal with our email address, It Needs to Be Heard with an S at gmail.com, and also with Cash App. That's with the $, It Needs to Be Heard. And Nikki and I are also singing. We are very excited to be here for our second season. We're already looking forward to our third season. And having said all those wonderful things, we have wonderful guests here, DC Retro Jumpers with Miss Robin Ebb and Miss Anaya Ray. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, absolutely. Especially when you was like, when you gonna put me on your show? I was like, yeah, keep it. Not that I forgot, but thank you for reminding me. Miss Robin is a phenomenal young lady. I met her at Capitol View Library back in 2017, and we reconnected last year. And I'm just excited about the things that she's doing with the unique niche that she's doing with Double Dutch. But I'm not going to talk too much. We want to give the rest of this show to her, and Onika is going to read her bio.
Awesome. So we have Miss Robin S. She's an acrobat, double Dutch coach, and entertainment athlete. She began as a principal performer for the Flying Nesbit. She is an acrobatic troupe specializing as a Risley act. Risley act acrobatics as an edge of your seat performance featuring acrobatic flips into the air, somersaults, and foot juggling. As a member of the Flying Nesbit, Robin performed at the Universal Circus as a local talent, and were the first place winners of the Marion Berry Tri-State Contest. The Flying Nesbits have appeared on NBC4, Stuff for local children's television show, and performed at Atlantic City Club Harlem. They co-starred in Atlantic City's Harlem with Gladys Knight and the Hits, the Spinners, and Billy Eckstine.
All right.
Since 2005, Robin has been a member of the DC Retro Jumpers, then advanced to group director in 2016. Now, DC Retro Jumpers is an adult double Dutch exhibition group. Robin teaches double Dutch at an after-school program by a Polite Youth Day camp at Maury, John Tyler, and school within the school on Capitol Hill, and at the Excel Academy, and has toured the DC Public Library and Prince George's Memorial Library System. Among the places they have been showcased, NBC Health and Fitness Expo, WUSA TV 9 News, the Washington Post, and so many others. In August 2015, the jumpers received 900,000 views on Facebook, highlighting a Prince George's County police officer jumping double Dutch. We are so excited and ready to have you here, Ms. Ebb.
Thank you, Mr. Rail.
So, Ms. Epps, we thank you for being here. How you doing today?
I'm doing fabulous.
Fabulous. And who's this wonderful young lady that you have with you today?
This is my 9-year-old rambunctious
Rambunctious.
daughter, Naya Ray.
Naya Ray. Thank you for joining us, Naya. How you doing?
Good.
You doing good? We're going to jump right into it because I really want to, as you know, we have a special setup today, and we really want to elaborate. We really want to focus on you and let people know what you are going, with your upcoming events to get started. And you did send me that information. I'm going to bring it up. And as I go through them, you can just let us know. But let us know, for starters, how can you be contacted?
We, as DC Retro Jumpers, can be contacted at our email address at double Dutch, one word, 4 fun@gmail.com.
All right. Any phone numbers?
No phone number.
No phone numbers. Awesome. Got it. All right. I'm just go through the list. I know you have something coming up on the 21st of March at Project Create.
Yeah, Project Create is a wonderful art space over in the Anacostia area.
Okay.
They do a lot of wonderful creative things that, with all types of crafts. They have invited DC Retro Jumpers and our family members to come and get prepared for the River Fest.
Okay.
Anacostia River Fest, which is April the 14th.
April the
So
14th.
this is like a prelude to that because we're going to open up the park. We're going to have banners and flyers and stuff. So they want to kind of collaborate and do the crafting for the event.
All right. We have another one. The next one is at Mount Pleasant, and that's on the 21st from 5 to 6:30. Then you have Mount Pleasant Library on June the 27th at 4:30,
Correct.
and that's the library. And where's that located?
That's up off of 16th Street,
Okay, Northwest DC.
Northwest DC.
Got it. Then we have West End Library for August the 30th at 4 p.m. And that's also in Northwest DC?
That is in Northwest, correct.
Northwest DC, awesome. All right, then we have Parklands Turner Library on July the 9th at 1 p.m. And that's also on the Northwest side?
That's on the southeast side, over
Okay.
by Mississippi Avenue.
Got it. All right, and right after that, all right, is that Arthur T. Daniels Shaw Library? So that's off of Roland Avenue?
That's Northwest.
Northwest,
Yes.
got it. So that's July the 15th at 5 p.m. Then we have Capitol View Library. All right, July the 20th at 3 p.m. at 5001 Central Avenue, Southeast Washington, D.C., zip code 20019. And why it's on my mind, the library is going to be reopening, this grand opening for the external renovations this coming Saturday at 11 a.m. Mayor Bowser will be there, and also Councilman Gray will be there. And also they will be doing a resolution for my late girlfriend, Rashonda Jenkins, who passed away from cancer last year, but all of the contributions that she gave to the community, not just in health, but also with the renovations of the library, and also for overall empowerment for women in Ward 7. So that's this Saturday at 11 a.m. at the Capitol View Library, where we met. And that's a story within itself.
DC Retro Jumpers will be there as well.
Oh, you will?
Oh, yes.
She hit hard. All right, then we have two more for right now. We have Woodbridge Library at July the 21st at 3 p.m. and that's off of Rhode Island Avenue and 20th Street, right? Northeast.
Correct.
Yep. And then we finally have here at the Southwest. I actually grew up over there. And then you have the Southwest Library on June the 24th at 1 p.m. And that's another location we used to give Zumba classes as well. And I believe, have they done the renovations yet there?
Not as of yet.
They haven't started yet, so I was surprised to see that. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, please support DC Retro Jumpers, and as she mentioned before, they can be contacted at double-4, 4fun@gmail.com. All right, awesome. So today, in our conversations in recent days, 2 days ago, you was giving us some history about the DC Retro Jumpers, how you got started.
Wow. We started in 2004. As a matter of fact, our founder, Joy Jones, a wonderful, wonderful woman, phenomenal. She is a playwright, and this started out as a play. So then she gave me a phone call and she said, Robin, you want to jump some double dutch? And I'm like, who's jumping double dutch anymore? So she said, well, I got a couple of girls, you want to play? And so I went on and did that. And before we knew it, we was on TV, we was in the newspaper. So then we started getting requests
Wow.
from schools.
Mm-hmm.
And none of the girls wanted to take that on,
Mm-hmm.
except for Robin.
Yeah. And who might that be? Yes, ma'am.
Myself.
Yes, ma'am.
And so I just found a little niche how to get my kids in this rope. And once I get them in their rope and they do their own thing, oh my gosh, it's just like the light bulb turns on. And I mean, it just, their creativity is just amazing.
Awesome. And this niche that you're speaking of, can you describe it for us?
Well, not everybody knows how to get into the rope. I think some people forgot, they just know how to jump.
Mm-hmm.
But I've technically found a technique that'll get everybody, anyone who can do a bunny hop. I call it a bunny hop. That's my technique.
Yes.
But I mean, I give them a location to jump to.
Mm-hmm.
And once they do their bunny hop and get to that space and I tell them to keep on jumping,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the creativity goes to the roof.
Yes.
I have my boys doing the new dance called the shoot.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my gosh, that turns everything out. I mean, everybody just gets excited once you see the kids do that.
The dance to shoot. Do we have any demonstrations? How does the shoot go?
Now, can you show us how to do the shoot?
In your chair. You don't gotta get up.
Come on now, shoot. Come on, shoot. Ready, set, go. Shoot.
Oh, that's swag there. Yes. Now, this technique is a true story. This is not a myth nor a fable, because I have never personally ever had the ability to jump into a rope. It actually looks quite frightening. It's like almost physically impossible to jump into it without getting smacked in the face by the jump rope. And hopefully, as the pictures that we're showing up, that you can see how some of the people in the background are petrified. But yes, this concept, the bunny hop that she has coined, is hers. It does work, even for a young man like myself. You know, I've only been on the earth for a little while. I'm 18, you know. But, you know, this concept does work. And I'm so excited to have you here today. So give us a little bit more history about how you, with the DC Retro Jumpers, you did mention that you was in a newspaper, and how you was in a newspaper about Black Girl Magic and how that took you to other events.
I just continue to love my circles. I did a block party and did not know that the gentleman who participated was a Washington Post reporter.
Wow.
And he put us in the paper, and oh my gosh, the embassy here saw us, and I couldn't believe that the lady said that we were going to Russia.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, all the scares and frights, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? Within a year, we was in Russia the following year from the newspaper article.
Wow.
So that in itself was just magnificent, because who gets to go to Russia to do double dutch?
Yes, exactly. And that's amazing. That's why we have you on our show today, because we want to continue to give you exposure so that someone else can see you and take this to the next level for you. Even outside of double dutch, we just talk about business and ideas. And she's a magnificent woman. She's a business thinker, but she also loves the community. She also loves her kids, and she also loves the kids. She loves her daughter, of course, and her family. But she's really for the community. So anyone out there that feel inspired or feel moved to assist and to take this to the next level, feel free to contact the DC Retro Jumpers at Double Dutch 4 Fun. That's Double Dutch, the number 4 fun at gmail.com. Also, I know we talked about quite a few things, but Double Dutch, you were also doing some things before Double Dutch, like in acrobats and things of that nature. Can you expound on that?
My dad had a group called the Flying Nesbitt. His name is Russell Nesbitt. And from a kid, I can remember seeing us doing, I don't know if a lot of people know what a back bend is. I can remember standing on top of a person who had done the back bend and fell between her and hit my chin. So that tells me that I must have been small, because anybody do a back bend, they're low, they're kind of low. But
Yes.
the experience, just to say that I've touched, been in the same places with Gladys Knight and Pips. I remember her practicing.
Oh, wow.
She can hit any song and I'll know it's her, just because, you know, hearing her practice, and Billy Eckstein, and they may be old timers, but it taught me a lot of old school habits, and just I just can't even think of all the lessons, life lessons I've learned just from watching, the oldest, the older seasoned folks
Mm-hmm.
do the things they did in reference to, business, community. My dad always giving to the community.
Yes.
So just to have that foundation is propelling me to do what I'm doing now.
Yes, it's in you. And that's what's wonderful about Robin. It's really, this is not just today, this is every day, all day. You should see her binder, her black binder that she has. She's very professional, a people person for sure. I've seen her in action working with kids, I think when we was at the Capoeira place early back in January, the martial arts, and how she was able to communicate with all ages and all nationalities. She just blended in and she was getting it done. She was sweating and everything and still getting it done. But we're just glad to have her here today. Also in our talk, we talked about your father in a couple of pictures with him with the late Marion Berry. Can you expound on that?
Wow. It seemed when I was with my dad, everywhere we went, Marion Berry was there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, every circle that we were a part of, he was there. And I knew that him and my dad knew each other.
Mm-hmm.
And so after he wrote his book, I was trying really hard to try and get his thoughts. I'm doing a documentary on my dad and the Flying Nazareth, and I just wanted him to be a part of that because he knows a lot about my dad, his story as well. And I was trying to get it, but I ran out of time.
Yeah, the late Marion Berry.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Absolutely. And I'm not sure if the picture has come up, but the pictures will be coming up as we see. Do you see any pictures as we speak right now?
No, just us two and you.
Talking right now? All right, cool. So as you see them pop up, you can just glance down. You can expound on the picture that's being shown. There was some modifications in our production, and but we want to make sure that we get you the exposure and the information out there to those individuals that want to assist the DC virtual jumpers. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, you can call in at 240-455-5934. Ms. Onika Terrell, we have some questions for our guests.
Yes, we do. So I just want to ask you, Ms. X, how do you truly develop that love for acrobatics?
I can't even say that it was something that I guess I developed it over time. It's so unique that I can't even really, the closest thing to it I can think of is ballet dancing. And just the freeness that it gives you, and that's the only thing that I can compare it to. But I did it so often, it was almost like just putting my clothes on, so every day of my life I did it, and it seemed that whatever he needed as far as instructions, as far as showing people a particular stunt, he would always pull me out, which made me feel funny because, other people think, oh, he's showing favoritism. And it wasn't so much of showing favoritism. He knew that he can get what he wanted from me to show the proper way of doing a particular stunt because you can get injured.
Yes.
So, and at first I was glad to do it, but then, you see the faces and the looks and stuff, and like, find somebody else. And he's like, no, I want you to show them. So, but just in the instructions that he gave and me able to interpret them and to do exactly what it was that he was looking forward, looking forward to us to do, and I mean, I did it, and it made him so proud. So even that in itself made me want to do it even more.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Right now, just real quick. Right now, there's a picture showing. Can you expound on that picture briefly?
Yeah, those were some kids. I mean, they were excited. When I say excited, that's putting it mildly. That because a lot of people there, they jump single rope, but they've never really experienced double dutch, and that was a whole different experience for them. And for them to jump together was like, oh my gosh, they were so in heaven. So those were some young kids who actually were so excited, and then they came back and thanked me on their own. Their parents didn't even.
Wow.
And so I was even more appreciative and honored that I was able to share something that they enjoyed in their country.
And who were some of the people that went with you on this trip?
Joy Jones, our founder, went, my sister Carlisle Prince, and Myra Martin,
Mhm.
who has been in, with DC Retro Jumper since the inception.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Next question.
Sure. Can you explain or give an example how acrobatics can be a form of physical fitness for those who just think of just jumping around or flipping around?
No, this is way more than just flipping around. This is having to do with building pyramids, which is a mental concept in itself that you're protecting other people.
Mm-hmm.
Certain stunts had you to do different movements that you wouldn't do. It's not calisthenic movements. They're more gymnastic movements.
Okay.
But it's just different. I mean, it's a mixture of different types of form of art. I mean, you got your ballet in there, you got the gymnastics. So, and the Risley is the thing where he throws us and we flip over. So those different concepts were just something that I took to and just ate it up. I mean, it was something I truly enjoyed, and I'm not sure, I can't figure out what it is about it that made me just do well in it.
Awesome. Mr. Rell?
Okay, that sounds good. And that's the thing that people need to hear, that acrobatics is a form of physical fitness. When we think of acrobatics, we're not thinking of calisthenics. We're not thinking about ballet, any combination of that. So thank you so much for that. So I wanted to touch a little bit about double dutch. Now, this is something that I never learned how to do.
What?
So you might see me at your class, one of these, oh yes. You may see me in one of your classes with little kids learning how to do this thing and learning that bunny hop. So why double dutch? Or tell them why not double dutch as an exhibition?
Why not double dutch? I mean, what I enjoy from it is that it came back. I mean, it's
Yes,
something that
yes.
everybody loved,
Yep.
everybody
Mhm.
now to me can do if you just get in my class.
Yes.
It's just a physical and a nostalgic. Oh my gosh,
Mhm.
I can give you 1,000 testimonies about people talking about stuff that's as a kid.
Mhm.
So just that in itself is something that I'm glad I was able to get my niche in and just be able to share with everybody. The physicalness of it, the excitement of it. Like I said, the nostalgia,
Mhm.
young and old, because some folks,
Yeah.
you know, the kids don't even know really what it is. They might have seen it a couple of times, but when they actually physically do it, it's a whole nother world to them, a whole nother, I would say another skill that they've obtained.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So would you say that it's definitely another form of physical fitness as well?
Absolutely,
Absolutely.
absolutely, absolutely.
Awesome. Awesome. So what is the greatest part in being an entertainment athlete? You mentioned about, in your bio, you spoke about the acrobatic troops that your father was a part of. So what's the greatest part about being an entertainment athlete, would you say?
I would say inspiring others. Somehow I look at it as something that I do on a regular basis, but I'm always finding kids coming back to me, just telling me their little story about how I inspired them, and that in itself to me keeps me doing what I do. And even the adults who tell me their stories and they say, keep doing what you're doing, and I'm like, when I experience a lot of the excitement and the things that the children learn, and for them to come back and express some of that to me, I mean, I know I'm in the right place doing the right thing.
Wonderful, wonderful. So what advice would you give to a young person who is interested in becoming an entertainment athlete?
I would say the first thing is to love what you do, because that's not a job. It's something that you, if it's something that you love to do, it is so much easier it's so much easier to deal with the people and all the other little things that go around it. But if you love what you're doing, then it won't be a task, it won't be something, you know, that you hate to do.
There's a picture being displayed at the current time. Can you tell us who these individuals on this picture?
Myra Martin is start from the right to the left. Myra Martin, Carlisle Prince, Robin Ebb, and Joy Jones. We were at the Kremlin, at the Red Square in Russia.
Wow, awesome.
Mm.
We had a lot of audience watching us too. I think they weren't prepared to see a group of African American women at one time.
Yeah.
And then to see us as a group, they were really asking questions as to what are we doing.
Right. Yes.
So that was intriguing. So then we can show off our stuff. We actually jump. And I also took Miss Terrell. I do the gymnastics. So me and my sister, who also is a gymnast, and Joy Jones, as a matter of fact, we did a stunt called the knee stand, and we just had to do that stunt because that was like a tribute to my dad.
Awesome.
Okay. Taking it back a little bit to acrobatics, Ms. Hess, do you have to be a gymnast to be an acrobatic or be an acrobatic?
My dad had the craziest knack of getting the person who was the most clumsiest. I mean, you would think that you were the most clumsiest person, but my dad would motivate you and into doing things that you would least expect yourself able to do. And I've seen it with my own eyes. So you don't have to be coordinated to do a lot of things. It's just a matter of just focusing and being determined to get it done.
Awesome. So can you please share us about the Black Girl Magic article that was in the Washington Post? Is the title that was in the background of the photo?
Yes. Good.
Well, when the church, the Open Door Baptist Church, which is off of Old Central Avenue in Washington, D.C., on the D.C. side, had invited me to come and share Double Dutch, which they really wanted Double Dutch in their outreach program because it was, like I said, a nostalgia activity. And oh my goodness, when I brought those ropes out, even the director, I can't think of her, Miss Ledbetter, she was like, oh my gosh, I haven't jumped Double Dutch in forever. And so it bonds the community. Oh my gosh, it really does. And I mean, for kids to be able to jump with their friends, it puts a whole new spin on just communication and teamwork and just the camaraderie of the community. I mean, when that little girl who jumped with her friend see her friend again, that'll be something that she'll talk about for the rest of their lives.
Absolutely.
So just, sharing this activity that a lot of people can relate to. I'm just glad I'm a part of. I'm just so happy and blessed that I'm a part of something that anybody and everybody can at least join in on.
That's so true. As we, I'm gonna go back over the upcoming events. I'm gonna see if it's possible the video I just sent. Is it possible that we can show that?
The jump rope?
Yeah. No. I sent it through
Just now?
instant messenger. Yeah. Is it possible that we can show that? We thank you for working with us. It's I sent it through Messenger, Facebook Messenger.
Okay.
Okay. So, all right. As we get that straight, we thank you for joining us today with It Needs to Be Heard with Mr. Robert Eugene Young.
And my name is Miss Onika Terrell. Now that you heard it.
What will you do? All right, we are here today with the DC Retro Jumpers, and they can be reached at doubledutch4fun@gmail.com. The up and coming events are at Project Create, March the 21st at 5 from 5 to 6:30 p.m. The Mount Pleasant Library, June 27th at 4:30 p.m. West End Library, August 30th at 4 p.m. Parklands Turner Library, July the 9th at 1 p.m. Rotha T. Daniel Shaw Library, July the 15th at 5 p.m. The Capitol View Library, July the 20th at 3 p.m. Woodbridge Library, July 21st at 3 p.m. and the Southwest Library, June 24th at 1 p.m. The picture that Mr. Rell was referring to, of the article, actually in the background of the picture that was on the article that you sent me, right here in the very back, was actually one of our guests from last year, Project MC. And
The young guy.
the young guy, yeah,
him and
his
I
mom.
collaborate. Yeah,
I have all the information.
Yeah, I know
Uh-huh.
her mom too. I know his mom. I
And
knew
the
his mom
dad too.
first.
Really?
I knew his mom first, but she saw me at the Anacostia Community
Mm-hmm.
Museum, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, I gotta get you with me."
Mhm.
She jumped, as a matter of fact, that day, and
Even with those colorful shoes
with,
on?
oh, she rocked it. I'm telling you, she an old school jumper, so she was able to jump.
Mhm.
And we've been trying to get together, as a matter of fact, with them. I saw something that I was, as a matter of fact, the Beat the Street
Mhm.
events.
Yes.
He was at one of the Beat the Street events, and I was like, "What? You
Mhm.
do this?" And I just was listening to him, and he
Oh,
was
yeah.
so deep. He was so
Mhm.
deep. So yeah.
Did you get to hear his music as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he was so deep. That's why I
What
said
it
that.
was, Shmoney? What's one of them? I know.
Money, yes, definitely.
Shmoney, yeah, Shmoney. I mean, he's phenomenal, and I met him at Bowie. He's a student at Bowie State University.
Oh, is it?
And that's how I met him at an empowerment. I was a motivational speaker at Bowie State University, and that's how I met him.
Wow.
Yes, him and his dad with the clothing line that they have,
Mhm.
and their niche is they don't replicate any one of their clothing artifacts.
Mhm.
It might be similar, but it's none of them are alike.
His mom is very
Is she?
unusual dresser. Oh my gosh.
Yes, we had them on there. We're still trying to get that video up that we're trying to show.
That's the first one.
That's the first one? Okay. Awesome.
With the DC retro jumpers,
Mhm.
how do you see, where do you see it going in the future for the community, for young people? Like, how far do you see it going, and what would you like to see it do to the young people in that community?
Where I want to see it go is to as many of the schools as a PE, physical education course. I mean, not a course, but a what am I trying to say?
Part of the curriculum for
Yeah,
PE physical education?
Absolutely. And I even want to spin off to teach people how to turn,
Mm-hmm.
because that takes a special person how to turn. Because you just can't turn it because you want to turn, you got to adjust to each jumper. So I would like to get like a big class where I'm recruiting turners.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so much you can do with double dutch till it'll blow my head out of the wall. So I tend to talk to other people and get some ideas that I find that's unique. So we won't keep creating the same thing, because after a while that gets old. So I wanna work with as many people doing different things. Whatever I've worked with the STEM program with Patriots Technology Training. It's an organization that teaches kids coding.
Okay, yes.
And so he has a STEM program,
Mhm.
and he works with the Girl Scouts.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to get in with the Girl Scouts. I'm trying to get in with this gentleman because he does fabulous work with teaching kids coding.
Awesome. And that's in the DC area?
That's more or less in the Maryland area. I know he teaches out at Bowie State University.
Awesome.
Yeah.
There's a video showing right now of the young man that didn't have any arms,
Oh, wow.
and he had one leg, or he had one prosthetic leg.
We were in St. Petersburg at an organization that deals with disabilities, mentally and physical challenges.
Mhm.
And we must have worked with about maybe 10 or 15 people. So they brought the gentleman in, and I immediately noticed that he didn't have any arms.
Mm-hmm.
But later, they told me that he didn't have legs either, and that one prosthetic leg that he came in on, he jumped.
What?
And he jumped as long as anybody with 2 legs in that place that day.
Wow.
And I mean,
It's
every time
6
I
o'clock.
think about it, I kind of get choked up because that's so inspiring. And he wanted to do it over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And just to see and to know that I had something to do with him even participating in that, that gives me so much joy to just to continue to do what I'm doing.
This is fantastic. I'm with the video that we were showing was the shorter version of him jumping, but I'm really elated by it because as Ms. Terrell talked about the future of DC retro jumpers, and what's fantastic about retro jumpers or double dutch, it's not just the future but also the past all at the same time. How it's nostalgic, how it brings back some old feelings and memories as a child. My memories are I could never do it, but I always wanted to. I just thought it was cool. I said, how do girls able to do that and I can't do it? But you just have to do it yourself. But now with that video being shown and with my current profession working with individuals with disabilities, one of my desires is to have advocacy for individuals with various types of different disabilities, and that this can possibility be something that can be part of their organization as well. So I wanted to make sure that they saw that video. So I'm gonna forward this to our office and let them take a look at it. So I'm hoping that that open up doors as well.
One of the organizations, I might be saying it wrong, HSCHS. Anyway, it's an organization for disabilities here in DC, and they too, I was trying to collaborate with them because working with kids with disabilities, it's just like working with kids with abilities. They just have to do it at their level, and they do just as well. Boys do too.
Yes. Awesome. So, Robin, how can you be reached?
I can be reached at the email of Double Dutch for Fun. 4 is the number 4, fun@gmail.com.
Awesome.
We also have a website, which is www.DC Retro Jumpers as well.
Okay. Just one quick question to the tech. Were we able to show the Marionberry picture?
Yeah, I've been
We
with
showed
you.
it, and the Nesbits as well. Awesome, great. Haven't done that. We really thank you for joining us today.
I would like to thank you for having us here. I mean, I just want to be able to get this word out that Double Dutch is back.
Yes, absolutely. And you were talking to someone in the background. Who was that in the audience that you were talking to?
One of our DC Retro Jumpers, Monica. How are you?
She didn't want to come glance around. Awesome. And then also, I'd like to get a word from Anaya. Hi, Anaya. Okay, would you like to say anything? Did you have fun? Awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for coming with us today with the DC Retro Jumpers on A Leap of Faith on March the 17th, 2019. But It Needs to Be Heard with myself, Mr. Robert Eugene Young.
And Miss Alicia Terrell. Now that you heard it.
What will you do? Thank you. All that talking you did.
I know.
She was fishy.
Girl, I'm about to blow. I'm about to take and turn this thing upside down. You know what?
Yes.
The room that we were in when the guy jumped was smaller than this room.
Wow.
It was smaller than this room, and
So you can barely.
the ropes were literally hitting up against both walls. Plop, 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 plop.
Wow.
On both sides, and he still jumped.
That made it work.
You got your hat on the floor.
I sure do. It's not my wig.
Hey, who went to that Kwanzaa thing? I was there.
Oh, you wasn't. Let me see.
We jumped up with that shit. They did a fabulous job.
Awesome.
Oh, they got some stuff coming out of it. Yeah, we
It's
were
the
there.
same event?
It's the same exact event, remember now?
Awesome. Oh yeah, this is last year. This
Yeah,
past year.
December, just December.
Mm-hmm.
The sister name was, gosh, what's the sister's name? Sonia? Oh my gosh, yeah.
Inspirational.
It was fabulous, and as a matter of fact, they allowed me to do my plants. That's why my plants was in the window. I had about 20, but those in the window was the ones that I had left over.
Wow.
And had I done the red, black, and green, I would have sold out.
Oh wow. Oh, they allowed you to sell them.
Yeah. That's the color Kwanzaa. Now, I'm gonna go over here and watch our places.
So what we're gonna do before you step out, we'd like to take a picture.
Yeah. Come back tonight.
Come on over here, godmommy.
I want to pop pop you in the head. You know why? You put a nigga tall.
Okay, so are we still live?
Well,
No.
yes and no.
Oh, where you are.
I am over here.